What's up, everybody? I'm Randy Cruz, aka Miss Hercules, corner of the Castle Metroflex gym, the world's largest hardcore training facility. Notice a lot of new people coming through the gym, take advantage of our great sale and everything too. So we decided to give you a little insider and history about the gym and how it started and how we got to this point right now. Big Mike, 8-Bit Blood, got me filming. Come and check it out.
Friends, this is my friend Rendy. He is the king of this castle. Him and his wife run this place, and they are the literal heartbeat of this magical gym, Metroflex, the Castle Fort Worth. You've seen a lot of videos I posted about this place, but the one thing I've wanted to do is tell you about the man. So Rendy, it's good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, dog.
All right, so one of the questions that I wanted to ask him, a lot of people out there want to start their own gyms, and that's really, really hard. This gym had a 15th birthday like a few weeks ago, and it was amazing, but why did you start the gym?
Basically running the original one at Metroflex Gym in Arlington for 16 years. I got there when I was 16 years old, met Brian Dobson and everything too, and just watching everybody, like a big culture get together and just train everybody hype each other up. But it didn't matter what sport you were a part of, we were just like big community there. And that's why I never left there. When I got 16 years old, I was like, man, this is my home forever.
Yeah.
Got to meet a lot of the greats and a lot of the guys, you know, Ronnie Coleman, Branch Warren, all those guys. Got to meet a lot of great strongmen too there. You know, you got Stephen Povey, Benedict Magnuson, all those guys, my Icelandic brothers. And, just different kinds of people in different worlds and all that. And then in the end there, I met the love of my life, which is Christine. And yeah, man, it was those deals where it didn't even feel like a job.
Yeah.
It was like a privilege to go there and train around the greats, around the best people that have done it. But also it was like, I always call it my hardcore university, because I was always getting into like different sports and all that. And I came from a MMA background also too. Then when I got there, I met Brian, and I was already in shape and all that stuff. And he goes, you know what, man, you want to do the Ronnie Coleman Classic? And I go, what? And I go, I don't know how to do all that. I like bodybuilding, but I don't know how to do all that. He goes, well, you're signed up, man. You got 2 weeks to get ready for it. I'll train you. I'll get you your diet. And he did, man. Did awesome. Did great there. And that's kind of started me into bodybuilding and got me more deep into that culture. Then that evolved to Brian throwing me into powerlifting. Did that too. And then strongman came. And then he offered me a job there when I was I think I was 17. He goes, hey, man, you're here pretty much 4 hours every day, all day, every day and night. You want a job here? And I was like, to me, that was like, I won the lottery. I was like, you serious? I get paid to be here? He goes, yeah, you just do whatever you want, train people, sign people up and all that. And that's what pretty much gave me the whole confidence and everything, like to get in there. And I mean, this is one of the best trainers, a legend, saying, hey, you could do it. And you could also train people here too. And once you just trust yourself and make it happen. Because I was working all kinds of jobs, doing security, working warehouses here and there and all that. Making ends meet and all that stuff too, helping out my parents with bills and all that. But then he gave me opportunities like, you'd be a good trainer, man, you should do this and that. And here we are now, a few years later. But yeah, man, it's just one of those deals where it was a vision in your mind.
Yeah.
And you work constantly every single day to make it happen. And just here we are now. We're standing in the vision that we've had forever in the mind. Now we're here actually in real person,
It's wild. But every time I end up in the parking lot of another gym, I drive here. So it's like there's something about like the vibe of this place and the family of this place.
Yeah.
It's very different. It stands out.
That's true, man. Yeah, this whole thing, it's the whole community here. And we're all, even though we all train different sport, different areas, you got pros in every different sport here too, and people that want to be a pro or up and coming, whatever it is. But here, hard work is king and queen, you know what I mean? It don't matter who you are. You could be like, we had Ronnie Coleman here training, and he was just like a normal member here training along with us, training calves and all that stuff too. And, everybody was giving him the space, just like everybody here does, and backing him up, cheering him on. And I mean, that's the best in the world. And he was like a normal person here.
Yeah.
So everybody's here treated like a king and queen every time they come in, man. There's no cliques or anything like that. So we started out from 8,000 square feet to now we're 50,000 plus square feet, 2 floors, 6 gyms under one roof.
It's huge. And I remember I joined 10 years ago, maybe 9 years ago, and there was an octagon right over here. So I was going through like my Google Photos, and I was scrolling through at all the gyms I've been to, and every time Metroflex popped up, it just was prominent. Like there was the red, there was the championship red, but the octagon was right over here, and I walked in, And I was like, it was my first experience in a hardcore gym outside of Metroflex Arlington.
Yeah.
Because I trained a little bit at Metroflex Arlington.
Yeah.
Trained, right? So it's funny,
Yeah.
like I played tennis in high school, but I
Hell
lifted
yeah.
weights with the football team.
Hell
so I'm
yeah.
like, I'm gonna go lift weights at Metroflex, and I learned a lot about lifting. I learned a lot about myself.
Cool.
And it was really interesting because our paths probably crossed there at some
Yeah,
point.
I'm pretty sure they did. I was
So-
there day and night.
Yeah. Also, Rendy grew up in Oak Cliff.
Yeah.
So like we've talked about some of those stories, and I'm pretty sure our paths crossed at some point because we were
Yeah.
in similar groups that kind of came. My friends were into Muay Thai and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and kickboxing, and so you
Yeah.
were into boxing.
I was
and
in
MMA.
boxing, MMA, and all that stuff too. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was all about, I grew up on St. 26 North Marsalis, North Oak Cliff. Oh yeah, North Park, baby.
Oh my
Play some good
gosh.
basketball there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One of the things that I was curious about, this building has a bit of history.
Oh yeah.
What was this building before it was Metroflex the Castle?
Before it was the Metroflex the Castle, it was crazy. This is the 1942 Quartermaster Depot. So this building we're in right now was where they made torpedoes, jeeps, bombs, you name it. They made it here, and it was like the big supplier for the war in World War II. So if you needed something to win the war in World War II, it was made here, stored upstairs, and then trucked off to wherever the location was. And that's what it was for the longest time. So yeah, the old Quartermaster Depot from 1942. So the upstairs was first, and in 1943 they built the rest of the gym now. And also the cool part is we're actually standing on top of the actual bomb bunker. So the whole bomb bunker goes the span of the gym. So we have a 50,000 square foot bomb bunker right under us right now. About this high and all that. So probably getting ready to open that up too here in a couple years. And
Really?
it'll be, oh yeah.
I
That's gonna be cool.
I want to see it.
It'll be a bomb bunker gym. So after we do that, it'll be 100,000 square foot of gym.
Oh my God.
And basically be an extension of what you see upstairs will be downstairs.
Okay.
And it'll be a full-fledged bomb bunker, everything gym. So if anything ever happens, y'all come here and y'all be safe as ever here. It's bomb-proof, fireproof. I mean, the walls, everything are like 3 feet wide with steel plate interior, concrete, rebar, you name it. The floors are 4 feet thick.
That's so
With
wild.
all kinds of cement. When we did the machines here, we had to get special diamond tip blades, drill bits to get into the floor, to put a drill into the floor. It was at first, we're like, man, this shit ain't working. What's going on, man? I was like, oh man, you know what? This is some different kind of floor. So the guy came in, he goes, yeah, this is a World War II building, man. You got to have different stuff for this. And yeah, it took probably 14 diamond tip drill bits to screw all the equipment in to actually make it.
So it's
and
like
everything.
anchored in there.
Oh
Anchored.
yeah.
So like, is this a historical Fort Worth site?
Yeah, it's going to be a historical Fort Worth site soon. Get our plaque and everything too. And yeah, it's the old school Quartermaster Depot. So if you go on Google or where else, look up Quartermaster Depot Fort Worth, and it gives you the whole story of it too.
That
And
is
it's crazy.
awesome.
Because this used to be old school, the whole street, Thielen Street and everything too used to be old military base.
Okay.
So back then, they used it to do that. And then it became Operation TAPS. That means any of our guys that were in the war, whatever, and were still overseas, they would ship them back here.
Okay.
And they don't store the bodies here, but like right now where the police station is and all that, the academy and all that, that's where they have everybody, all our guys' bodies to be identified and, knowing if you want to bury them in your family spot or in the Arlington Cemetery.
I got a question.
Oh, yeah.
Are there ghosts in the castle?
I've heard a lot of cool ghosts too, man. Oh yeah, a lot of the greats train here and all that stuff too. I mean, when we first opened, we used to have some punching bags right here as you enter here.
Yeah.
And you'd hear people hitting them and stuff and all that. And right at 11 o'clock, you hear somebody hooking the bags and
No.
hear people training and stuff.
No.
It was cool, man.
Well, I guess ghosts gotta live too.
That's right, man. You got to get them ghostly gains, man.
We're in probably one of my favorite rooms. You can bring your own bar to this gym and lock it up.
Yeah, this is one right there.
There's somebody that I was using somebody's Texas Power Bar today, and I don't know what the deal with it was.
Yeah.
It's like it's been here for a year, he said, and the knurling was so intense on it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I didn't want to pick up more than 3 plates with it, and I just got my hands on it. I'm like, that's gonna rip all of my. I need to really work on my calluses. That's basically what I'm saying.
As you can see.
This man's got them.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Look at these hands, by the way. Look at these hands. Look at that. My hands are not tiny, but good God, I feel like a baby next to him. But one real quick thing, he coaches and trains here. Not only does he run the place, he coaches, he trains,
Yeah.
and he trains with intensity. And
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the things, like, I'm curious to know what makes you hoist heavy weight every day. How do you? What's that drive in you?
Basically, just if I want to be the type of guy who's gonna make you train hard, go all out 100%, you know, you gotta live it. You gotta live, breathe it yourself, and practice what you preach, and lead from the front and by example. So that's one thing. And also too, I always want to bring out the best in me too. And no matter regardless how I feel that day, if I'm up and breathing, it's going to happen, and we're going to go all out no matter what, and see how we good that day we do and all that, and use every single week, every single workout to get better each week like that, and just push it to the limits. That's what we do.
When he says all out, those of you that are out there in training, like some of you probably know what he means when he says all out. So he helps me kind of figure out how deep I can actually dig in a workout. And it's truly impressive to see, because how old are you, Randy?
I turned 44.
44. I'm 45. This man is still lifting like insane weight every day. How many do you train? How long do you typically train?
Our workouts during the week take around 2.5 hours. And we train pretty much Monday through Thursday, have Friday off, and then we have Saturdays are 4 hours of power. Basically, it's just a simulation of a strongman contest, and we're training for 4 hours there. And then on Sundays we train grip, arm lifting, everything too, all day from making your grip stronger to you name it. If it makes your grip stronger, we're going to do it no matter what, because we got shows coming up too for arm lifting USA and all that. So yeah, it's got a big grip community, arm wrestling community too.
That is funny. The Sunday training, I've been in a couple of those. I didn't even know like grip strength was a competition, but the training is pretty impressive. It's something that I've realized everything else that I do here gets better when my grip is stronger.
Oh yeah, definitely. It all starts with your grip. If you feel something like grab something, you got the power to get it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have more confidence in actually lifting it up and everything too. You know, not bad somebody is using straps and all that, but just take time not to use them all the time and build your actual grip, and that mind muscle connection will be 100% way better. Like training with Johnny Jackson and everybody too. It was like they started training grip with us, and it was like, man, everything feels good. I feel more controlled. I feel more stronger because you're connecting with the barbell, not relying too much on straps or on help, anything like that. Because your hands do have muscles, you got to build those too.
Yeah.
And you grab onto something, you can pick it up.
His hands are so big, so big. There is some amazing specialty equipment here. What is your favorite piece of equipment here?
The elusive pit shark. Yeah, so versatile, man. You can do everything you want on here, man. You can do squats, Ukraine deadlifts, rows. Like Ronnie was saying, you can do the grip on here. You can do all different attachments on here too. You can do everything, calf raises, all that stuff, man. You also like the band attachments, because we already maxed this out, so we got band attachments there. So, yeah, you get everything you want on here. And also, it's a good way to decompress your back, learn how to hinge and ignite your hips for squatting. And it just builds a lot of power and explosive strength out of the hoe and all that stuff too. And for those of you that have bad knees and bad backs, this is a great piece right here.
That's me, for the record. So I compressed my L4, L3, so I had to take a break from squatting for a while. And honestly, right now, I'm building my legs back up so I can train legs with you guys. Because I can't move the weight that I used to move, and that's in my head, right? So I need to get back into it. And this machine, honestly, well, like Rendy said, like it takes a lot of the pressure off the spine and the lower back.
Sure does.
And like the hips, my hips were always tight. They never opened up. And so this, I can really get in a good position and work it out. But like I started doing Ukrainian deadlifts on this, and I feel so much safer on this than anything else. So you're right. You can do anything on it.
Yeah, everything on that. It also gets you in a good position to where it kind of helps you find your leverages too. So say I'm freestyle squatting and all that, because the way I actually do it, I actually superset pit chart squats with real squats. And so it kind of helps me find that spot where I'm really strong at, and I stick to that and build on top of that. And supersetting just to keep everything just warmed up, ready to go, a lot of blood in there, and it makes it harder. If it's gonna make it harder, I'm gonna do it, because making it harder makes it better.
It does. I feel like I'm giving free training advice here. I did not expect, like I'm picking up notes here. So those of you listening, like there's a lot of things he's saying that you can apply to your training. But from like one of the things I love about this gym is the mix of old school and new school equipment.
Yes.
And this right here is one of those things that is kind of in between two worlds.
Yeah.
And it's truly one of a kind, because you can see a machine like this at newer gyms.
Yeah.
But there's something about this that hits really different. Do you know how old this machine is?
This one, I think we got this one, I want to say like 12, 13 years ago.
Okay.
When they were first coming out like that. And Brian turned me on to it too, because he had one at his gym, Metroflex Arlington. He's like, dude, you got to try this machine out. So, of course, I was like, shit, I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
And felt it, I was like, dude, I got to get that. So
it's good. And don't be intimidated by a piece of equipment that looks complicated. This is not for advanced lifters. This is really for anybody.
Anybody, yeah.
If you're just starting to squat, like this is a really good way to train, like you said, your hips, your knees, get in the right position. This is a great piece of equipment.
Yeah.
And I was going to because I asked Rendy what his favorite piece of equipment was, and I was like, I figured it was this one. But I was hoping it was a different one. But like we both have the same favorite piece of equipment in this gym. And there's so much to choose from. So I think I'll go over some honorable mentions later.
Like Big Mike said, man, they got a lot of old school, new school. But also, I got some unique stuff. Like upstairs, we got the preacher curl machine that Ronnie Coleman used in his prime. I used it when I was bodybuilding. We still use it to this day. So a lot of great legends have used that one.
Yep.
Very mixture of stuff where if it's gonna make you better, stronger, anything make you lose weight, whatever like that, we're gonna make it happen and get it. And we got it.
I didn't realize this was from Arlington. This is my favorite preacher curl machine in any gym anywhere in the world.
Oh yeah, this is the one, man. This is kind of legendary and everything too. 8-time Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman used it to build his arms, biceps. We had to get it a little wider so he could fit. And as all of us got bigger and stronger so we could fit too. But you got Ronnie, Branch, John Jackson. Everybody's used this before. And then when I opened up the gym, Brian gave it to me as a kind of housewarming gift and said, hey, Randy, you know what? You want to take that preacher curl that you grew up on, use it when you were 16? And I go, man, it'd be amazing. And I go, hell yeah, you go take that. And yeah, it was yours. And of course, I jumped on that. We went and got it. And it started up here in the dungeon, which is now called the dungeon. It's not part of the gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is it, man. So this is Ronnie Coleman preacher curl machine from 1972 Nautilus. Chain driven.
Yeah.
Don't make it like this no more, man. See when it come max out this stack, that'd be cool. Let's see if you can do it.
It is so heavy.
Well, it's old school as it gets. You got the Mike Mincer and everybody, coming in real popular and all that. And yeah, they like the chain driven because back then they did a lot of eccentric training, negatives training. So when that means you're coming up and coming in slow as a negative, and the chain helps you kind of feel that momentum, like boom, you kind of in control. And also you could put more weight on there because the people back then were super strong. The contractions and everything they were trying to do was good, but they needed more weight to do it. And yeah, they just went to town, analyzed it, and said, hey, let's build some cool stuff. And this is what we got today, 1917 Nautilus.
That's the thing. Like the 70s, there's a few different like Nautilus equipment pieces from the 70s in this gym.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like there's a decline press / fly machine.
Yeah.
And there's another one on the other side of it. Like this equipment is so great to use. And anyone that puts a pin in the bottom and then films himself doing this, I don't believe you did it. Okay? There's like 3 people that can actually do it.
Yeah.
I've tried it. And I can't do it.
No, that's true, man. I mean, you got a full line of the old school Nautilus machines from, the preacher curl here, the pull down right there, which me and Ronnie and everybody used it to build our backs. We used to have a big old long bar back then. It was like 6 foot long, and as long as you could reach it, you would pull down like that.
Gosh.
We got all the, of course, the old school pullover, Nautilus pullover, rear piece there.
Yep.
And like Big Mike said, you got the bench press and also the decline and incline fly attachment too. So it's 2 in 1. You got the bicep curl, the tricep machine, then you got the shoulder machine that's dual. You got side lateral and also a press at the same time. But yeah, man, people back then were awesome, man. I'm glad they decided to evolve this kind of equipment. I'm glad we were blessed to get some of it. If it's real hard to find, but we got a full line of it upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah, and it hits very different. And since we're talking about Ronnie and 70s, I want to ask you a question about who's your favorite strongman?
Oh man, favorite strongman of all times, it's got to be John Paul Simerson. he was like the crazy Viking, the Icelandic warrior and all that. But
Massive.
the way he just put on the show and every event he would do is just 100%, just like all out. It was like watching Ultimate Warrior doing strongman. That's how it was. It was awesome, man. It was like everybody do their thing, but then there came John Paul Sigmarsson. You know, in the beginning he wasn't the biggest dude, but he was strong and he had everything. I don't care if it was a stone press, deadlift, Carly, he'd put 100% intensity in that. And that was great too. And also got to shout out my man Bill Kazmaier too. They were rivals too, back and forth.
Yep.
I remember watching Bill Kazmaier in his powerlifting days and evolve into the strongman days, but he's actually been here before. There's actually signatures downstairs. He signed our wall and everything too, as well as Sadruda Savickas, strongest man that ever lived.
Yeah.
He's been here too and signed our wall and everything too. But it's kind of cool having those guys here to kind of, you know, get that kind of elite spirit in the gym. And then they come in and they're like, I don't want to leave. I want to stay and train here forever.
That's the wild thing about this gym. So I've brought a lot of people into this gym and I've trained with them. And people can get kind of intimidated by the term like hardcore gym.
Yeah.
This gym offers like a hardcore experience. Like you have like the strongest people on the planet that come in here that like are at home here. But then you also have people come in that have just started lifting that can pretty much do anything they'd possibly want to do in the beginning.
Yeah.
So like this gym isn't just catering towards like strongman and power lifters. It does very well with that. But it really hits everyone in between too. And so stuff like this machine right here and some of the specialty equipment is amazing for lifters starting out.
Yes.
Like building on the basics, establishing the basics, and then going on from there. Like the sky is the limit here at Metroflex.
It is, and everything. No goal's too big for us and all that. You know, we got a great coaching staff, myself, my wife. I got 20 badass coaches that are not only certified, but also experienced and also practice what they preach to. And also we got built-in schools for boxing, mixed martial arts. And also you got the Viking Fight School too. These are also by coaches that have been there, done that, are doing it now to this day. And yeah, if you want to grow and starting out any sport, you have in mind we could do it. Any kind of like weight loss or getting in shape, general fitness, we do it too. We train everybody. You know, everybody's welcome here. This is the actual real deal, no judgment free zone. Here, hard work is where it's at, no matter what, and we're always here to help out no matter what, day and night, and no questions too long and no questions too short, and we always make time for people that are ready to go and help and all that stuff too. So, you know, you're not a burden to us. We're glad to help and make it happen and keep growing no matter what.
Yeah, he means that. Like Randy's empathy, you feel that in this gym. It's like raw and hardcore as this place is. It has the biggest heart of any gym you will ever experience, and it all starts with Randy and his wife.
That's true, man. Me and my wife always had a vision and everything too. My wife, she's a military and also a police officer too. She's used to helping the community and everything and all that. When we got here, the biggest recommendation was don't open a gym there in that building. It's high crime area, a lot of gangs and all that, and you know it's going to be crazy. And that was music to my ears because I know what it's like. I know it's growing up in a bad neighborhood and all that. And I was like, hey, that's the perfect place. They go, you're gonna get robbed there. It's a bad place. I'm like, oh, cool, bring it on. It was great, and it was the greatest thing that we've ever done. We actually opened up a gym here and invited everybody to come, but also introduced a lot of good new sports to the community. And real deal like bodybuilding, strongman, boxing, powerlifting, you know, mixed martial arts, like Viking fighting, everything too. You know, other ways of training. So we got all this knowledge with a lot of great coaches, myself and my wife, Christine, put under one roof and invited the whole community to come and be part of something real. You know, be a real team. You know, if you want to learn how to fight, you want to be a boxer for real or learn this and that, well, come be a part of our team. We could do golden gloves, become a pro sometime, whatever. If you want to be a part of something real community, you come here. And you're not out there dying for streets you don't own. And selling stuff you don't own, and get in the right mind frame. That was the whole thing, was to help out the community, build it up, and be a good positive energy for those guys out there that are looking for a direction or a way or whatever it is. We're gonna find it, make it happen no matter what. And 15 years later, we're here, and now they're asking us, man, that was a great idea. I'm glad you opened up a gym there. But the whole thing there is, you know, you gotta trust your abilities, man. I always say all the time, trust your abilities, make it happen. You know, leave it all in God's hands and all that, and just follow through. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah, it's going to be some challenges and adversities at times, but that's what we live for. We ain't going to grow having anything easy. We don't do things easy here at the castle. We make everything harder, make it better. Same thing outside. It gets hard. We'll find a way to make it better and improve and keep growing no matter what. But if you have a dream, do it. If I would have listened to everybody else and said, hey man, don't do that there, it's crazy, we wouldn't be here today. So yeah, take the risk, take the chance, and like Brian told me growing up, dare to dream, and you'll see what's up.
I like that. And step outside your comfort zone.
That's right, man.
Don't forget that. And when this man says that to you, do it. Whatever it is, do it.
You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. Like Dorian said, gotta do it, man. You gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
Oh yeah.
Dude, there are 2 boxing areas in this gym. One's outside, and then there's an MMA section, which we're about to go to.
Yeah.
When it's at some point, can this turn into a wrestling ring?
Actually, now you say that, compared to the show last weekend, we're actually going to have we're actually probably going to do some wrestling events outside.
Oh, I can't wait.
So it's going to be good. So the Viking Fight School outside gym is where the ring is at. We converted into actual like a wrestling event.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. But there's a Conan wheel outside, and if you don't know what that is, how long has that been here?
That's been here for at least like 12 years.
Okay, so basically you pick it up and you walk in a circle and you add weight if you can handle it. And I can tell you it's one of the most amazing apparati I've ever played with. I love the thing. I love the thing.
And it's awesome, man. We use it for strongman events and all that. And also we use it for conditioning and all that stuff too. It's great for your core, posterior chain, getting your feet faster. You name it, man. It's an all-around bodybuilder.
So as far as starting fitness, like when did you first start getting into fitness? I know a little bit of your background, but what kind of pulled you into that lifestyle?
Basically, my older brother used to be really hardcore in the weights training and all that. You know, of course, I was to be stronger than him, and I am now. But you know, he's in there training and stuff. So I started training at 10 years old. And that's back then, you know, we used to like just go train whatever. We used to have those DP weight sets, concrete sets you get at Walmart. And everything too.
Wow, that just unlocked something. Yeah, that was me in high school. I had like the cement weight set.
Yeah.
That you could only get like 3 of those plates on a bar.
Yeah.
And it was like, that might have been 70 pounds max. But that was enough to like build a little chest for like a little junior high school kid, and of course curls.
Oh, definitely. I mean, growing up, and I grew up as a little kid, I was growing in Vernon, Texas, man. There was nothing but just basically you work on a ranch, work in a meat pan company, and that's it. The big game was wrestling and football. But there was nothing really to do there. The population probably at that time was like 300 people there.
Small.
That's all I was born. But, you know, after watching Pumping Iron, Arnold Schwarzenegger and everything too, we got inspired to see that. And my older brother he was 13 at the time, he started training, so I was like, I want to train too. And so I first started doing a lot of calisthenic stuff like push-ups, sit-ups, and being very competitive and stuff. We'd be like, hey, something you can do in a minute. Sit-ups and pull-ups. And then we do all 3 at the same time. And, you know, of course, started making a challenge and all that. And yeah, man, that's what we did.
Yeah.
That was my first deal. I started when I was 4 years old, I started training more into like, you know, self-defense, martial arts training and all that. So it was more like calisthenics there. But at 10 years old, I started adding some weights to it and started doing my first bench presses, squats, curls, all that. Trying to emulate everything my older brother did. Also, you know, of course, what Arnold and Franco and all the legends did. We watched Pumping Iron probably like twice a day at the time.
Oh my gosh.
But if you haven't seen it, guys, Pumping Iron, the first one, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So good.
That's really good.
All right, so we're now in the MMA area of the gym.
War Room MMA.
So this is something. So Rendy spent a lot of time doing MMA coming up. So like, why was this important to have an MMA area in your gym?
It changed my life and everything too, from you know, growing up, working out, things like that too. But also, it's also good to learn how to defend yourself, not just yourself, but also be there if somebody needs help and all that, and just be ready for anything. You know, makes you aware, and also creates a lot of discipline too. Then it carries over throughout your entire life, whether you want to do training or a different career, whatever it is, everyday life. MMA needs to be in people's lives.
Wow, discipline. Rendy said discipline, and it's funny because like I never really trained in this environment growing up. I started lifting weights to protect my friends.
Yes.
Like I grew up in Oak Cliff, and I spent a lot of time, doing what people in Oak Cliff do.
Yeah.
And then when I started making friends, and like I had friends that were smaller than me, and I felt like I wanted to keep them safe, and that's honestly the reason I started lifting weights.
And you do get a free class. Anytime you get a membership, you get a free class every day we do, including the War Room MMA, which is taught by a good friend of mine, best coach I've seen anywhere, Stephen Wright. He's training from beginners to champions, UFC champions, any level there is, he's training everybody. So everybody's welcome to come train, try it out and all that. And we do everything here in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, kickboxing, Thai boxing, submission fighting, judo. If it's a mixed martial art, it's going to be trained here by really good coaches, really good people, and top quality coaches too, experienced coaches as well.
Absolutely, some of the best in the business, and
Yes.
it shows. It shows. The people that come out of this gym stand out, and they perform at a very high level. But also, like Rendy said earlier, everyone here is super friendly and inviting. So even for someone like me who's never done this before, if I was to come in that door and say, hey, what are you guys doing? Where do I start? They would come talk to me, get me started, and they would just kind of help me flow at my pace and help me catch up. And so it's a very team environment here. The group that comes out of here, I love seeing what they do, and it's inspiring me to step up my conditioning game.
It is, man. That's the whole thing. A lot of people do the class for conditioning and all that, and learn some self-defense, learn how to fight and all that stuff too. But some of the classes are taught by UFC fighters, like judo classes taught by Razak Judo. There's welterweight, middleweight champion at the UFC. He trains here, he does judo class for the kids and all that. You have a mixture of UFC fighters, Bellator fighters, Glory kickboxing fighters, everybody coming together to train together, make each other better. That's why every Friday we have sparring every Friday, to fight against different people, train against different people too, to get the skills up a lot. And everybody's invited, man. Everybody's invited to come and check it out, try it out, no matter what level you are, no matter if you've never thrown a punch before, just come and try it out. It'll be great. Ronnie behind the camera, he's one of our avid martial artists too, man. He's been doing martial arts forever and all that. He trains under Coach Will.
Yep.
And he does it all, man. He does all the traditional martial arts to the Viking fighting as well. Yeah, like I said, here at the castle, we have an actual gym under each roof. There's 6 gyms under one roof, and it's an actual gym, not just a spot.
So don't be intimidated by this room.
Yeah, come to the War Room MMA.
I know, right?
Come on. You guys want to make some money?
Big thank you to Rendy for taking the time out to share this gym with me and you guys. One really cool thing right now is there is an incredible sale going on in this gym right now. Do you mind telling the people about it?
Oh man, we have it every year. It's called the Big Friday Super Sale. It's $120 for the whole year. And everybody's starting the right track, so we throw in a free session with our personal trainers, free class at MMA, boxing, Viking Fight School, 10% off our store. But also this year we're throwing in a free class in everything, from bodybuilding, strongman, powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, arm lifting too, and also kids classes too. You get a free class in MMA, boxing, general fitness, anything for kids, we have it. So you get a free class on that too for just $120 for the entire year. No taxes, tax included, no down payments, contracts, hidden fees, maintenance fees. You carry $120, that's all you pay. That's it. Everybody's like, man, how can you make it so affordable? It was, we haven't blessed out the years and everything too. And plus with today's economy is going up and down, we decided to keep it affordable for everybody. Yeah. Instead of raising our prices, we would keep it the same. So have people at least come in and train and get healthy and get stronger and all that. And just leave it like that. So made it affordable for every single person. So come and see us.
Rendy is truly one of a kind, you guys. So Rendy, thank you so much, brother,
no
for
problem,
taking the
man.
time out, man.
Of course, hell
really
yeah.
Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Oh, okay. I like that. Let's go this way.
That's actually perfect. I like that.
We're gonna lock
It's even better.
Okay. We're gonna lock this. There's no leaving now.
Door's locked. I'm keeping it in there. Keep it in there.